Welcome to Daily Devotion with Ken Gurley. Devotions designed to inspire you on your daily walk with God. Here's your host, Ken Gurley.
Hey, good Monday morning to each and every one of you. Thank you for being a part of our Daily Devotion family and joining with us this Monday. It's going to be a great week. Had a beautiful weekend. Parkway Church, just outside of Milwaukee. And the Peters family, their leadership team, wonderful folks. Got to see some of you in the flesh. And it was great touching base with some of the family. I'm happy you're here. Happy you're part of the Daily Devotion family. We got a great week. I just believe this is going to be the best week ever in Daily Devotion. So share, like, follow. Just get the word out. And let's see some great things happen. It's one of those beautiful expressions. Moses said it, Abraham said it, Isaac said it. In Genesis 31, Jacob said it, "Here am I." That the Lord called each of these men, and they responded, "Here am I." But in Genesis 31, it says something else. "The angel of the Lord spoke unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob, and I said, Here am I. And he said, Lift up your eyes and see, and all the rams which leap upon the cattle are ring-straked, speckled, and grizzled, for I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, where you made your vow to me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return to the land of thy kindred." Now, the cattle don't interest me. The story about the ringed and the striped cattle and what Jacob did stripping the poplar branches, and I don't know everything about that story. But there's that phrase, "Here am I," that intrigues me, because this is this multi-generational submission to God. But the angel of the Lord told Jacob, "Now arise. You have an appointment." And I just believe, I just believe that each of us have a divine rendezvous planned. Today, God's going to cross our paths. Today, God's going to allow someone else to cross our paths. We have an appointment, a specific longitude, latitude, time, place, and space that we're supposed to be. That God has something planned. He said, "Now arise." I want you to go back to Bethel. Now is an important word in Scripture. It's one of those indefinable words. You know what the word means, but it's difficult to define. Similar to a word, time. We know what time means, but define it. The system of those sequential relationships that any event has to another as past, present, or future, indefinite and continuous duration, regarded as that which in events succeed one another. Whew. That's a typical definition for time. And it adds nothing to what we know time is. One Nobel Prize winner, Richard Feynman, said, "We physicists work with it every day, but don't ask me what it is. It's just too difficult to think about time." Gernot Winkler of Time Services at the U.S. Naval Observatory in our nation's capital once said, "Time remains an abstraction, a riddle that only exists in our mind." Or maybe the best definition of time was scrawled on a graffiti wall in a cafe in Austin, Texas. It said, "Time is nature's way of just keeping everything from happening all at once." Time means different things to different people. To the physicists, time along with space, well, they form the basic building blocks of the universe. For a science fiction fan, time is the fourth dimension and the entrance into alternative universes. For a banker, time's money. For an educator, time is the best teacher. Unfortunately, it kills all of its students. I love that. I don't love that it's killing all the students, but I love that definition. How does the word time and now interact? To define now, you have to use a point in time. Now is this time. It's this present moment. Now is the opportunity, the time to be seized. Ryan reminds me of a funny story. Now, I don't want to be judged, okay? Now, folks, I don't want to be judged for telling this story, because I know good and well I'm going to tell this story, and you're going to repeat this story. So don't you judge me. Don't you get in a judgy spirit. I can feel it. I can feel it if it's coming across the waves toward me. I just think this story's funny, and I don't even know if it really has anything to do with what I'm talking about. I just want to tell a funny story. It's Monday. You need a funny story. True story. Young soldier and his commanding officer. They get on a train together. The only available seats are opposite an attractive young lady traveling with her grandmother. And throughout the trip, the two pairs of people engage in polite conversation. The soldier's commanding officer, the young woman, and her grandmother. But the soldier and the young woman could barely keep their eyes off each other. And suddenly the train went into a deep, dark tunnel, and the car became pitch black. And two sounds were heard, the smack of a kiss and the whack of a slap across the face. Now, the grandmother thought, I can't believe that soldier boy kissed my granddaughter, but I'm glad she gave him the slap he deserved. The commanding officer thought, I don't blame the boy for kissing the girl, but it's a shame that she missed his face and hit my face instead. The young lady thought, I'm glad he kissed me, but I wish my grandmother hadn't slapped him for doing it. And as the train broke into the sunlight, the young soldier just could not wipe the smile from his face. For in the darkness, he had kissed the young girl and then slapped his commanding officer and gotten away with both. That's seizing the moment. That's taking advantage of the now. I tell you, quit judging. I feel the judgmental vibes flowing my direction. Just go tell that story. Just go tell. We struggle living in the right now. We get caught up in the details of living the drudgery, the deadlines, the problems, the distractions, the obstacles, the ebb and the flow. We fail to live each moment to its absolute fullness. Now, I want to try to help you get some handles on this thing called now. Let's look at the life of Jacob. He had been marking time in 7-year increments. 7 years he had served for the hand of Leah. Another 7 years he had served for the hand of Rachel. Another 7 years he had been constantly swindled by Laban, the girl's father. He was weary of it. He was ready to leave it all behind. He was ready to go home. To take advantage of now, I think you have to understand the purpose of the Lord in your life. What is your destiny? I can give you a 5-fold general purpose. I know the purpose of every one of us is to worship, to love God, Matthew 22. It's to ministry, to love your neighbor, Matthew 22:39. It's evangelism, to make disciples, and we know the Great Commission. It's to fellowship. It's to engage in fellowship. That's Acts 2. It's discipleship. It's teaching. We know the great purposes of God, the 5 general purposes of the Lord. But what's your purpose? What is your specific calling? Is it just to be a good person, a good mom, good dad, good son, good daughter? Is it to be a good employee or a good neighbor? There's no greater sight in the world than that of a person who is fired up with a great purpose and dominated by one unwavering aim. Paul said, this one thing I do. The greatest problem we have is that we're too busy doing too many things, and we have so many irons in the fires. Oh, I'm preaching on Monday that God can't put his brand in the mix. He marked you for a purpose. Find it. Find it now. Now. I wouldn't let May go by. I wouldn't let this summer go by. Make room in your schedule to find the purpose of God for your life. Spend time in the Word of God. Enjoy his presence. Let God direct you. Jacob knew what his purpose was. He was the heir to the promises of Abraham through his father Isaac. He didn't belong back in Abraham's old country. He belonged in the land of promise. You need to get back there. If you're going to take advantage of now, then first of all, you need to know What is the purpose of God for your life? And to take advantage for now, you've got to thirst for more. Jacob wasn't happy. He wasn't pleased. He wanted more of what God had for him. I know there's a risk to this, but turn back to nature. And James Bryant Conan said, "Behold the turtle. He only makes progress when he sticks his neck out." Yeah. You're like that. I'm like that. We've got to become vulnerable. We've got to risk. We've got to thirst and long for more. We can't withdraw into our shell. We can't retreat into a cave and say, "I don't want to risk anything." God didn't call us to be a Laodicean church, apathetic, lethargic. God called us to be a Philadelphian church, reaching out, hungry for more. God would rather have us to be cold than to be lukewarm. He'd rather have us pagans than apathetic apostolics. He would rather us be lost than to take our salvation for granted. Reach for more. If you're going to take advantage of this moment, this appointment called now, you got to thirst for more. And here's the third thing. You got to leave the past behind. Jacob could not pursue his dream until he rid himself of the past. God knew that. So when heaven spoke to Jacob, listen to what the angel said. "I've seen all that Laban did to you. I've seen the trickery, the deception, the change of wages. I've seen how he's tried to shortchange you and hurt you." Wow, isn't it enough to know that God sees it all? Isn't it enough in this life to know that God knows what we're going through? That I don't have to drag all these things around with me. God sees it. As Tennyson once said, "'Tis not too late to seek a newer world, to leave the past behind you." What do I mean by that? Two things. Lose the bad. You have to make a choice. You can't keep carrying around that bad experience and those painful feelings and live a fulfilling life today. Let go of those hurts. God sees them. Yes. Lose the bad, but here's another one. Stow the good. Because good is the enemy of the best. And when we're constantly recalling and reminiscing and remembering the good things of yesterdays, the best goes lacking. Nostalgia can turn yesterday into a false paradise. Maybe you're thinking about back when you were in school, or when you were single, when you were married, when you worked a certain job, when you lived in a certain place. Paradise is not behind you. Jacob, don't get so satisfied with the good. You got to go for the best. And to go for the best, you got to let go of the past. God never consults your past to determine your future. Take advantage of now. And that leads us, of course, to this action step: seize the present. The Jewish culture taught a view of time that was different than most other religions. So Buddhism, Taoism, Shintoism, Hinduism, all of them teach that time is circular. The wheels of time. That things keep spiraling and moving in circles, that they repeat themselves over and over. But the Jews believed something radically different. They believed time was linear. It had a beginning and it had an ending. That time wasn't a spinning wheel. Time wasn't a merry-go-round. The time is not this never-ending spiral. The time is linear with a beginning and end. That's why when God's time is right, move. His time isn't coming back around on the next cycle to pick you up. You have to seize the moment. While it is yet day, take action. 3 words in the New Testament for time. Ora, from which we get our word hour, fixed space of time. Chronos, we use in the word chronometer and chronology, a general word for time. But then there's kairos. Kairos is a season, a definitive moment, an opportunity. God called Jacob. It wasn't chronos. It wasn't ordinary time. It was kairos. It was an opportunity. God told Jacob, arise now. The door is open now. The windows of heaven are lifted now. Move into what I want for you. I believe the Lord's speaking to us. You have an appointment. It may seem too late. But God is always right on time. You remember the 11th chapter of John, the story of Jesus' good friend Lazarus. He had died, been dead 4 days, and Lazarus' sister came to Jesus. If only you'd been here. If only, if only, if only. This is the stock and classic phrase of those who live in the past. Jesus said to Martha, your brother will rise again. She admitted he would, but in the last day. She recognized that Jesus had power of the past and power of the future, but like so many of us, she wasn't too sure if Jesus had any power over her present circumstance. We have no problem believing in the miracles of the Bible that Jesus did. We have little problem believing that Jesus will come again, that he's preparing a place for us. But we struggle with the now, what's happening right now. But earlier, Martha had told Jesus, even now I believe that Jesus, you can pray and it'll happen. But when Jesus said, your brother will rise again, she jumped way into the future. And Jesus brought her back to the now and said, I am the resurrection and the life. I am. What was Martha's reply? I believe. I believe. I believe that though I thought you were too late, I had an appointment with you, Lord, 4 days after my brother died. I believe that you may not come in my time, but you come at the right time, at the Kairos moment. I believe you're my present help in time of need. I believe you still speak, you still part waters, you still make ways, you still help me to overcome. I believe that I shall have the victory through you. It's easy to sit back and say, well, one of these days, I'm going to address this one of these days. One of these days, I'm going to get this underneath my feet. Learn the power of now. That now is the appointed time. Now it is high time to awaken. That this is the Kairos moment. This is the season for change in your life. I think it's about time you take advantage of now. It's about time for you to move forward. It's about time for you to recognize, I'm not rolling the dice. I'm not living by chance. I've got an appointment with the Lord. And the same God that met Jacob and said, here's where you're supposed to be and here's when you're supposed to be there. He's reaching out to you right now. You've got an appointment with God. I believe today, great things are going to happen. You're going to do exploits today. God's going to cross your path today. God's going to give you purpose and destiny and a sense of fulfillment and meaningfulness. It's going to happen today. So just reach out, claim it, say, it is mine. Right now, I'm going to see it. I have an appointment with God. God's going to meet me. And we're going to get things right. God sees where I'm at. And he knows the way that I take. Oh, this is just wonderful. Oh, wow. Jump over to KenGurley.com. Check out the resources. Give everything thumbs up and whatnot. Like, follow, subscribe on whatever platform you're walking on. But share with each and every one of us. Happy that you're here. I'm looking forward to an amazing week. And we're just going to see God do some great things. Thank you for being a part of this. May God bless. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you for sharing in Daily Devotion with Ken Gurley. We pray this ministry has been a source of encouragement and strength to you. Please be mindful that your financial support enables us to meet with you each day. To give a donation or connect with us, visit our website at kengurley.com. There you will also find the latest books, podcasts, and resources. Blessed 90 Days to Change Your World is Pastor Gurley's latest book. You can get your copy of this life-changing book at kengurley.com. May God's favor rest on you in every way until we meet again.